We ready for a clap sync?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Oh god. Let's try
That
that
was
again.
so off.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Low Seltz-Esteem podcast. My name is Charles.
And I'm Joe.
And today we are joined with our guest, Sara. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sara Eldridge. I am a therapist located in Queens, New York, and I'm really excited to be here.
We're excited to have you.
I have a very important question real quick.
Yeah.
What's your opinion about the New York Yankees?
Oh, okay. So I'm in Queens, so I'm a Mets fan.
Let's go Mets!
Let's go Mets!
Let's go Mets!
Let's go Mets!
Let's go Mets! Let's
Love
go
the
Mets!
Mets.
Yes, yep, of course. It's really, if you look at maps of like fandom, there's like, it's Queens is the Mets fandom, and then like the larger New York area is all Yankee fans. So
Cool.
there's a little bit of pride in being a Mets fan, I think.
Hell yeah. We
Are
love
you
the
a
Mets.
you a big baseball fan?
I'm not like the biggest, but my husband is a big baseball fan, and so like last year during the playoffs, of course, we like got really into it. We're gonna, we're gonna see a game in a couple of weeks. So like I enjoy it, like after about like 6 or 7 innings, I tend to be like, all right, like let's wrap this up.
That's
We're
valid.
good.
That's valid. I do love
but,
the addition of the pitch clock has really helped the game, I think.
I definitely agree. And it's also fun to just go to a stadium and like be there in the crowd and like everyone's really into it. So, I'm looking forward to that.
How long have they had the pitch clock around?
The pitch clock started 3 years ago.
What?
Yeah, it's a brand new rule. I know you just started learning about baseball, but originally a pitcher and batter could take as long as they wanted between pitches, almost going a minute between single pitches. Some batters yeah. I mean, baseball is an insane like mental and ritual sport. Some batters would have explicit, like very specific rituals and routines where one batter would unstrap his gloves 3 times on each hand, take certain steps into the batter's box, and then be ready to hit. And would do that every time in between pitches. Yeah. So I think it cut like 30 minutes off of the average runtime of a game now.
Wow.
Which is insane.
Yeah, which baseball games can already last an indefinite amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, let's get to the reason we're called Low Seltz-Esteem, the seltzer. Today we are reviewing. Oh wow, that was a beautiful noise. The White Claw Hard Seltzer Watermelon. This is our last flavor in the pack. I don't think I've actually ever had this flavor.
I have not, but my roommate sure has.
Oh Lord.
It
smells like a Jolly Rancher.
Oh boy. All right, he's going in for his first sip. All right. How is it?
Oh, that's like an 85 right off the rip.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take a whiff here.
We're gonna peel back the curtain a little bit, talk a little production. This is currently 8:53 a.m. in the morning for us. So nothing like a little morning drinking with your favorite therapist.
Exactly.
This is actually pretty good. I get like the hints of watermelon. I don't know. Let me go for another sip. The aftertaste is really kicking in.
It tastes like actual watermelon rather than like the generic like snow cone flavor watermelon chemical taste.
Oh yeah, no, that slaps. That's an 87 for me right there.
Imagine putting a little like lime juice and mint leaf in there and muddle that up a little bit, get a little fancy by the pool.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Ruffles.
Ruffles?
Yeah, like dude, the potato chip.
All right, so we got like high class and low class versions of the seltzer.
Fancy over here.
This is good. I don't know about you, Sara. Are you a big seltzer drinker or anything like that?
I mean, I do drink the non-alcoholic seltzers. I've had the alcoholic ones and like they're fine, but I tend to go for beer or whiskey if I'm out. Maybe a nice wine. Not so much the hard seltzers.
Okay. Do you have a go-to beer?
Oh, that's a really great question. I really actually love trying local beers. So wherever I am, I try and get whatever kind of like the local brewery is. I'm a big fan of like ales and lagers. That's kind of my go-to. I'm not a huge fan of the IPA craze that we're in right now. It's a little too much for me, but the smoother, like easy drinking kind of stuff, that's kind of my vibe.
A hazy IPA is God's gift to Earth. It reminds me that he still loves us.
yeah. As if sending his son wasn't enough. Sorry, son, I didn't do enough for you. Here's a hazy IPA. Like, thank you.
Yeah, I love a hazy IPA. I love IPAs in general. I am that indie trash boy that loves that crap. If it's not an IPA, it's a PBR. If that tells you all you need to know about my personality.
Got it.
I'm kind of the same way. Honestly, I'm more of just a garbage disposal, so I'll just put down anything. So I do prefer just seltzers just because it is just smoother, easier to go down. But if it's if I go for like a beer, then yeah, it's definitely going to be either a PBR, a Yinling, or whatever type of local thing that they may have.
I think also like we're located in Florida, so when it's like 100 degrees outside, I don't want to drink a beer. Like I got in my car the other day and it was 110 in my car, just sitting in the sun.
Oh wow!
It was a rough day.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah. I also wanted to ask. So you said you do non-alcoholic seltzers. What's your seltzer of choice? Do you guys have LaCroix over there?
Yes, I'm a big fan of either the limoncello or the key lime LaCroix. Those are.
Oh my goodness!
Good Lord!
Oh, I'm so happy now. Limoncello is my absolute favorite.
See, I'm a key lime.
I'm a big fan.
I love the key lime and then the cherry limeade.
Yeah, that's pretty good. There's this new one, like Sunshine, which is this very, I don't even know how to describe it. It's kind of like a melted hard candy flavor to it, citrusy. I like it. I think it's good. I don't really know what it is. It's called Sunshine, but I recommend it.
I'm looking this up right now.
I always thought we should do like a sober October where we review LaCroix.
I think that would be fun.
But then I'm worried that we won't be as funny.
Well, no, maybe maybe if we do actually fucking accents.
Yeah, maybe we'll actually talk
Sunshine
about
LaCroix. Oh my gosh. That looks good. Have you ever tried the hibiscus?
I have. I'm not the biggest floral flavor person, but I can appreciate it. Appreciate what it's doing.
So it's a Sunshine not floral because it's got flowers all over it.
I know. It's like a citrusy. It's so hard to describe, man. You just got to try it for yourself. Like saw it at the store. It was, but yes, it's more citrusy than floral. Yeah.
It looks so girly pop. It's so adorable. I love this can. This is the most beautiful can. It's a nice light blue gradient into like a white bottom. Charles, what flower do you think that is?
That is a daffodil.
Oh my god. It's a sunflower.
Oh, okay.
Sunflower. It's a sunflower. How do you not know a basic plant species?
I almost called it a dandelion, but that's the one that you blow.
That is. I mean, listen, daffodils are also yellow, so you get some credit for that.
No, don't give. It's a sunflower. It's the most recognizable flower species there is.
Goddamn bee is probably going to be smarter than me.
Oh my god.
What's up, dude? I was in the Bahamas last week, and I remember I saw a couple of those sunflowers, and my immediate thought was like, no, I was like, yellow flower, daffodil, 100% daffodil. So I've just been riding that for the past week.
If it's a yellow flower, it's a daffodil. Like, done.
Pretty much.
I'm not ever going to trust you to go foraging in the woods.
Oh, no, you will die.
Yeah.
You put me foraging in the woods, I'm giving you poison berries, like, by accident.
I love at work, there's like some species of plants that like do have like exact lookalikes versus like their native versus exotic species. And like people come up and be like, how do you tell the difference? And I'm like, I just do. I don't know how to explain it. I just know the difference.
So, for context, Sarah, Joe fights plants for a living.
Not just plants.
Oh,
Not just plants. I
I
have
figured.
widened my range to all invasive species.
He really
That's-
has.
I mean, that's amazing. That's awesome. That's important work.
Uh-huh.
It is. I was speaking of Florida. I was actually just in Florida over the long weekend. We were
Ooh.
in St. Petersburg, and
Cool.
it was really lovely. But we went to like the sunken gardens, and they talk about the importance of like native plants and bringing them back, and weeding out the invasive ones. So yeah, it's really important.
Will you talk to your local congressmen and senators to remind them that it's important?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. The political climate has not been kind to my job.
Oh, no, not at all.
I can imagine, unfortunately.
It's a week by week kind of situation.
Yeah, I get it. I think that's true for a lot of people right now.
It's rough. It's sad because like, not to get too political, but like literally almost every job I've had since I started my career is being cut.
Ugh.
Yeah, and my girlfriend, we call producer Jamie, when she comes on the show, she did this program called AmeriCorps, and it's basically volunteer work. But you get an education grant at the end of your year of basically service. And she's out here in Florida, spraying invasive plants, in 100-degree weather every day, coming home, and I'm literally like picking ticks off of her all day long. And now we don't even know if she has her education grant anymore. Now that they've completely gutted AmeriCorps,
Oh, shit.
Oh,
it's
sucks.
crazy.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, it's a weird time.
I know.
Not to get down.
Because I know when you first got the job, Joe, he was pretty much telling me that like what he has right now is his dream job. Because
Oh wow.
currently what he does is he wakes up in the morning, he gets on a boat, and then he takes his harpoon gun and he just kills fish.
It's a spear gun.
Okay.
Oh, well,
Okay.
spear gun, harpoon gun.
Yeah.
But that's his job.
We monitor freshwater native species and do freshwater habitat restoration for a lot of the springs in the state. So it's been fun. I mean, go to a freshwater spring in the state of Florida. It's probably the most magical place in the world, in my opinion. I mean,
Good tip.
That's why the Spanish came to the state of Florida. They heard about the freshwater springs and thought they were the fountain of youth. And then they found these springs and thought they were the fountain of youth.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
They also thought
St. Augustine.
Yes, that's why they came over. They also thought a lot of the springs like held gold and silver. That's why a lot of the springs are Silver Springs and Silver Run and all these names. But
Any of y'all ever drank from the Fountain of Youth?
I have not drank from the Fountain of Youth, but I've passed by it 1,000 times.
I drank from it once, and it came out of a faucet.
Yeah, it's a tourist trap.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a huge tourist trap. I love all the tourist traps in the state of Florida, though.
They're decent. Oh, man. Speaking of Florida, so Florida I feel like, is very notorious for bad driving. How is the driving over there in Queens?
Oh, I don't drive in Queens, so that will let you know
There you go.
something about that. One of the things I love about living in New York is that I can get away with not owning a car. Yeah, New Yorkers are terrible, terrible drivers. They're kind of assholes. You have to be kind of an asshole too, because no one's gonna let you over. No one's gonna like give you a pass. You kind of just gotta go for it. So it is not my favorite place to drive. Actually, I was driving around Florida and like, I mean, at least St. Petersburg, that area, I thought was pretty nice. Everyone was like relatively, going like speed limit-ish and like, there was one situation when I was getting to the airport where I was a little annoyed at this guy. But otherwise, most of the drivers seemed decent. I think I gotta be honest. I think the Northeast is we're not great. We're not great.
I think St. Pete itself is such a great little area. I love St. Petersburg as a little area, and then you get to Tampa, and you just get to godforsaken land.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's probably
that beautiful little island. You know, a lot of culture, a lot of arts, and a lot of pride in that area. And then you get to Tampa, and it's like the polar opposite.
it. Yeah.
As someone who would frequent a lot of like day trips to St. Pete for baseball games, yeah.
Miami drivers ain't even better either. My sister lives over in Miami, and I think one of the last times I went to go visit her, she was driving, and I think I saw vehicles cut her off, drive on the sidewalk, and then get into like the opposing lane, and then start going to where they need to go. I'm like, Gabby's like, my sister's name is Gabby. She's like, yeah, same shit every day. I'm like, all right.
This one's for Gabby. Shout out Gabby, new
Yeah,
kid.
shout out. Oh yeah. She just had her second kid yesterday.
Healthy
that's
kid.
Great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very nice.
I was about to have a heart attack at work yesterday because my sister, she just had her second kid, and then one of my best friends that I've known since I was like 8 years old, his child is due any day now, and I thought his child was going to come yesterday. So if his kid and if my sister's kid were going to be born on the same day, like I don't know, my heart probably would have stopped.
Oh my gosh. They share a birthday. It'd be adorable though.
I know, it would have been adorable. I'm so excited. I need this to happen. I want my new nephew and I want my friend's kid. I need them to both be gay so they can marry each other.
Oh, that's adorable. I love that.
I need this man to be a part of my family.
The families you need to arrange a marriage like they used to do, and
a shotgun wedding.
Give me 50 goats and you can marry. Can I ask the name of the kid?
Yes, his name is Parker. First name Parker, last I won't say his last name. I mean, middle name was. I'll say his last name. Parker.
That's a great last name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now my sister is currently going to be at a house. She's a stay-at-home mom currently, while her husband is currently studying to be a attorney.
Wow.
She always said she wanted to marry rich. Married some dudes that she met off a Hinge. Took her to Spain for 4 years while he was conducting war games for the Navy. Came back here, moved to Miami. Yeah, thank you for the salute, Joe.
Sorry, kicked in real quick.
Yeah. I am a military brother-in-law. You will respect me.
That's important.
Respect my brother-in-law's rank.
You will call me my brother-in-law's rank.
Wow. All right, getting serious.
No, but she finally came back, and then now she's currently in a house with 2 dogs, 2 cats, 2 kids, and a husband. So there's a lot going on right now.
Yeah, that's a lot to manage.
You said he was stationed in Spain, so there's a very high chance that he was in the same fleet as Jared, our former roommate.
Oh,
maybe. Probably not the same boat, but they definitely were under the same command fleet.
Maybe.
Which is wild to think.
Well, he's talking about our intern, Jared. We call him an intern. He's not really an intern. We were college roommates with him, and then he just fucked off in the military for 4 years doing stuff that he's legally not allowed to talk about. But
wow.
He comes back.
Worked on radios. He wasn't like a Navy SEAL. He worked on radios. Don't make him sound cooler than he actually is.
We still got those phone calls, though.
Yeah, he was
phone calls.
I was a freshman coming into. I'm not originally from the state of Florida. I moved to the state of Florida after high school on a whim. I didn't know a single person in the state. And I was randomly assigned this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was Charles, I, and Jared. And Jared was he was in senior year or junior year?
Junior, I think.
Yeah, so he finished his junior year and said, "You know what? College ain't for me. I'm not going to do one more year. I'm going to drop out. I'm going to join the Navy, and I'm going to see the world." And I was like, "I respect that. Good for you, man. Go you." About 8 months later, I'm back in school. It's my sophomore year, and I get a random phone call from Jared. And this is unironically what his voice does sound like. "Oh, hey, Joe. Could you pick me up off the base in town? This is my new home port for a while. They sent me back here. This man dropped out of college to join the Navy and see the world. They sent him right back to where he's from.
Wow.
He was stuck back there for like 6 months, and then after he finished his secondary training, he got sent to Italy or some crap. But yeah,
Okay, well, he got to go to Italy eventually, so
He
you
did.
know.
So, since we're talking about like where we're growing up, have you always been in New York?
No, I grew up in Maryland. I grew up in a small suburb, kind of right on the edge of farmland in Maryland, right outside of DC. So like 45 minutes an hour outside of DC. Very, very different from New York.
How so?
Very I mean, just very quiet, you know, like literally there were like cows and farms when I was growing up. It's been building up in the years since I left, but yeah, there was just truly nothing around, you know. When like they built like the movie theater like 20 minutes away, it was like, wow, that's really exciting. Like we got something to do on the weekends. Yeah, so I was excited to leave and be, I don't know, amongst like civilization and, you know, not farm animals.
That's interesting because I grew up in a big city. I grew up actually in and so I always yearned for that kind of stuff. I yearned for the farmlands, for the middle of nowhere, just kind of things. Because like I'm used to big city. I'm used to people all around there. And I was like, no, I want to feel like the world doesn't exist for a little bit.
See, that's what you want it for a little bit, right? So the problem is I had it for like 18 years, you know? So like there's a big difference. You know, and it was
especially during those ages. You want the experiences. You want something to like mold you, see other things, other cultures.
Exactly. It was not. Yeah, it was not. I always yearned for like the teenage experience that I would see like on, you know, movies and TV, and like they're all hanging out, or they're like, I don't know, sneaking out the house at night. Like, where was I gonna go? You know, like there was nothing to do, nowhere to go. It's I understand why my mom is from northern New Jersey and also very urban, so I get why she's attracted to like, you know, rural kind of farmland to raise her kids. But yeah, it's not for me. And also point out, not for my brother either. He also lived in New York, so we both were like that. We had enough of that. Thank you. We're gonna go the opposite direction.
Was going to New York just like a big culture shock to you?
You know, it's a great question. I kind of did it in stages, I guess I'll say. So I went to college in New Jersey. I went to college in suburban New Jersey. About like an hour train ride outside of New York. So I would go into the city on weekends sometimes with my friends. And so that was like a good, I feel like starting to, you know, acclimate to like the city and that experience. And I really like immediately loved it. I had gone to New York when I was a teenager with like a school trip in middle school or high school. And I'd loved it then. And going back just felt like immediately like, this is it. This is like home. This is like where I love to be. This is where I want to be. Like it's always fun. It's always interesting. So yeah, maybe a bit of a shock, but it was immediate kind of for me. Like, this is it. This is where I want to be.
You just kind of knew, just like, yeah, no, this is.
Yeah, I think I just always knew, and I still, you know, I mean, you know, like any city, it's got its issues, but for me, it feels like home.
Yeah, I can relate to that for sure. I mean, growing up in a landlocked state, you know, we would visit Florida like every other year or something, and I was like, oh, this is the best thing ever. I love Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I remember. I grew up in Tennessee. I would watch Jacques Cousteau documentaries like every day of my life. I was like so obsessed with Jacques Cousteau and like anything ocean. And I remember when I first moved to Florida and I got accepted into the college and everything. And you know, we lived in a beach town, really like right on the coast and everything. But I remember my freshman year, I walked into the local Publix and I walked through the doors. And I just look around and I'm like, oh, wait, the produce aisle isn't where the produce aisle is at the Publix in Tennessee. Well, I'll just call my friend. Oh, wait, my friend doesn't work at this Publix. Wait, I don't know anyone in this entire state. And I remember I'm just holding the shopping cart and just like my mind went blank. And I just walked the shopping cart back into the little return area. I walked into the bathroom and cried for like 5 minutes. And then I was like, all right, got to pull it together. Let's go get some ramen noodles. Searched the store for about 10 minutes for ramen noodles.
It's in the international section.
Then I had to go back to the stupid apartment and see this man. I just had like an existential crisis.
An existential crisis, and I'm over here just like doing whatever dumb shit that I was doing at the time. I'm pretty sure you walked in on me just eating straight sugar once, so.
You probably were messing with that Zen garden that I kept wanting to steal from you.
It was so good. I love that little garden. Oh my gosh. So they have Publixes over there in Tennessee?
We right before I moved, we got a Publix. Probably 2 years before I moved out.
Sarah, what's your local grocery store? Because I don't know any grocery stores besides Publix.
That is.
If you go to a different, to me, if I go to a different state, they're like, oh yeah, let's go to O'Malley's or something. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Y'all ain't got Publix over here?
We do not, no. So New York has a lot of our own sort of like local city grocery stores. So we've got a Key Food. We got a lot of Key Foods. Trade Fair is very popular. Trade Fair has a lot of like, I'll say like ethnic and like diverse foods. So you want to get, your ingredients to make like a curry dish or something like that. Like that is the place to go.
Get them now before the prices go up.
I know, right? I know. Yeah, I really like that. We do have 2 Wegmans now in the city, which was very exciting. 2 Wegmans? Do you know Wegmans?
Oh, Wegman. I'm not gonna. I heard white man. I'm like, what?
we were allowed our 2 daily allotment white men to the city.
No, we've got 2 Wegmans now, which was very exciting for New Yorkers. But
how do I spell that? Is that W-E-G?
W-E-G, yeah, M-A-N. Yeah, it's it's very big where I'm from. So like in Maryland and Virginia, like they're very into their Wegmans. Like my parents were very excited when the Wegmans opened. It's a massive, massive supermarket.
I don't know about that one. Google review says it's got a 3.8 stars.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan. I find them a little much, a little overwhelming. I actually like my like little tiny like New York City supermarket where like I know exactly where everything is. You have like 3 choices of anything and that's it. Like I don't like being overwhelmed by options. Like go in, go out. Like that's how I like to do it.
That's fair. I feel like that's definitely fair because Publix is starting to expand a whole lot more. Like the Publix that Joe is near now, they've installed like a whole entire second floor where you can go and just like order your subs, go up there, eat and everything. It's just like it's a whole experience now.
Wow.
We have it's called an experimental Publix where they unveil like all their new stuff. We have a sushi bar. We have a ramen bar. You walk into the door and there's just like this concourse in the middle of subs, sushi, ramen, fried chicken, and then you go do your grocery shopping.
Yeah.
The best grocery store that ever existed was called Lucky's. I don't know if anyone had a Lucky's by them.
The jeans?
I do have Lucky brand jeans. Lucky's. If the CEO of Lucky's walked up to me today and said, "Joe, I need you to start a war for me," I would have, but they unfortunately went out of business. Lucky's. Imagine if Publix, Trader Joe's, and Whole Foods had a baby. That was Lucky's.
Wow.
It's like the TJ Maxx Home Goods of grocery stores.
It is.
Yeah.
You walk in, you grab your shopping cart. The first thing you notice about your shopping cart, you look down. It's got an itemized directory on this shopping cart. Look down to the left of it. There's a cup holder. You're telling yourself, why do you need a cup holder? Walk into the store. Look to the left. There's a bar. You can get it was like $4 for a pint of beer that you could have, and they had a pint holder in your shopping cart to just sip on a beer while you're doing grocery shopping.
$4 for a pint?
Myself, grocery shopping probably is the biggest stress, anxiety-inducing event I do in my daily life. Or not daily life, but in my life. I hate grocery shopping more than anything in the world. So, Lucky's was so inviting. They also had the big, like Whole Foods has those like aisles of just like scoop and go nuts and gummy bears and all that. They had that. It wasn't like Whole Food prices. It was really cheap. They had all the fun like snack, like different cultural snacks and everything like Trader Joe's does. It had all those, but then also had like normal groceries. You could just also get your meats and produce and vegetables and everything else. I miss Lucky's every day of my life.
Wonder why they went out of business. Did too many people like black out in the store?
I feel like that would do better for business.
Yeah, seriously. Honestly, like having a bar at the beginning sounds great. Getting people a little bit drunk so they're going to spend a little bit more money. It's like you're at the slot machines and they keep feeding you free beer.
It is just like that.
Oh, speaking of slot machines, so my sister-in-law lives in Vegas. Have you been to the grocery stores in Vegas? Because they have slot machines.
Vegas. What?
Okay.
What?
Yes. They have slot machines. Yes.
What?
So I'm so serious. We went to the grocery store with them, and at the exit, there's a little room full of slot machines, and there's all these like carts, right? People have done their grocery shopping. They've parked their cart with their full bags, and they're just like, let me just play a few rounds of slots before I go home.
What?
It is wild. It is wild.
I went to a casino.
Hold up, Joe. I just Googled Vegas grocery store and just autofilled to Vegas grocery store attraction. What do you mean attraction?
It's the slot machines.
C-tickets! What do you mean C-tickets? What am I looking at?
I went to a casino one time in my life. Got overstimulated almost immediately. Did the slot machines, and I lost $2 and said, "This is the worst thing I've ever done," and walked out.
That's so smart. Yeah, they're a lot. It is an extremely overstimulating experience. There's no windows, like you said. There's like constant booze, very loud. It is a lot.
No way they got these slot machines next to the pre-made subs and bread.
They're trying.
They're selling Mountain Dew next to the Buffalo machine.
all that the Florida Publix had that were fun was just a weight machine to tell you if you're fat or not. Every Publix used to have just a scale that you could step on. Mine doesn't anymore.
Oh, why? Because it's experimental? Mine still does. I love that scale.
It's a weird like cultural thing with Publix. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, this like old school scale is like by every entrance to Publix's.
Huh. It's an interesting thing to have at the grocery store. You think you wouldn't almost want it at a grocery store? You don't want people thinking about how much they weigh, you know? No. Like just go in and like buy your junk food.
Well, it's funny too. Lots of times the weight machine, it's normally the weight machine. The scale is normally at the front of the store. But with the one that I live near, it is literally right next to the blood pressure machine.
Oh God!
Every single Publix has got a blood pressure monitor on there.
That's
you
right.
You don't even need the doctor.
That's right.
Full annual checkout right there in Publix.
I mean,
exactly.
I mean, they're turning into CVS.
Yeah.
I had a friend that worked at the pharmacy at Publix and said that was the worst job they ever had.
Oh yeah,
why?
You want to spill the tea?
Just like. I don't want to be like, I don't want to like assume, different generations, but older people often would just scream at her about medication that wasn't being filled in a timely manner that she had.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had no control over.
Right. It's not her fault. It's just
it's not like she goes to the vending machine and like presses in the numbers and it dispenses the pills.
Right.
Yeah. So don't work at a pharmacy at Publix, apparently. Also, the pay was crap because, she wasn't like a licensed pharmacist. She was just like the assistant.
Like a tech.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, honestly, that happens with almost any pharmacy, because I got a friend of mine that works at Walgreens, and he pretty much tells me the same thing. So many people, which is funny because it's not even just older people; it's just everybody. It's just so needy and demanding about their medications, which, like, I can kind of get it because I also take medications for the colitis and ADHD, but also it's like just like give them a break. They're trying
just
their
humans.
best.
They're just humans.
Exactly, right? Like yes, I get it. Yes, I also take medications, and I also sometimes get annoyed if like it's not ready when I want it to be ready. But also, right, they're just people. Like they're just doing their best, man. Like they're not trying to screw you over. Like there's a lot of other people who also want their meds. Like let's all just take a breath, you know?
What the hell do you mean this is $80? Give me a discount. It's like, no, with your insurance, it doesn't work. No! It's like, all right, no, all right. You need to leave, sir.
Right? Yeah. And that's another thing too. It's like they are not responsible for setting these prices. Like I know it's crazy. I'm so sorry, but that is not their fault. It's not their job.
Take that anger out on the people who do set those prices and do support those systems.
Exactly.
Oh man.
I used to have a very public facing job, and I finally got out of the job after 3 years, and I'm in a job that's less public facing. But I had to work with a partnership who also did that job. And just listening to them complain about my old job and what it was so cathartic to hear and so validating to hear. Oh, it was very good, but it was also weird at the same time.
Well, yeah, because also when you were on your old job as well, people like would threaten you.
Oh, did I not tell you what happened? They leaked a bunch of personal information on different biologists' personal home address, including mine. But I rent, so they couldn't find anything about me.
Wow, you know what? That is a strong argument in favor of renting. You know, like
people are like showing up to like biologist houses. Yeah, it's crazy.
Nuts.
It's crazy down here. I had an old guy tell me over Facebook that next time he sees one of our boats in the water, that he's gonna bash my head in with a baseball bat. And I reported it to law enforcement. We had a specific law enforcement branch that worked for us, and they went to the guy's house, and I guess he was in a wheelchair, and they're like, "Yeah, he's in a wheelchair, so I don't think he's gonna do anything, so we're not gonna pursue it any further." I was like,
joke's
what?
on you. You're going to wake up at 3:00 in the morning. Just some hover round's going to be in front of your window. Oh, no. What are you grabbing?
I'm going to wake up and the last thing I see is just some old man be like, "This is for the plants."
Like, why is he fighting on behalf of invasive plants? I don't understand. They don't need an advocate.
Because people in rural Florida, like over there in the sticks, people here, like, absolutely insane.
It's a lot of anti-government people, you know.
Yeah.
They see government controlling their generationals, and I get it. Your grandfather grew on this land, your mother and father lived on this land, and now you see the government, and things are changing when you start seeing the government. But guess what? The entire environment's changing, and we're trying to figure out why and how we can stop.
Trying to help.
Yeah, and it got really frustrating too, because like I would have other biologists do the same attacks and get personal attacks from other biologists, and that's what bothered me the most, is that when it was educated people who went to college for this specific degree path to also like listen to like the propaganda and the lies and the misinformation.
Oh we
Yeah, that's I stayed in that field for like 3 years and finally got out of it.
Yeah, I can understand.
And we didn't have any support from our law enforcement, and it was unfortunate.
Yeah, that really sucks.
Speaking of fields and
So fun fact,
Sara. So also a fun fact. Anyone that's ever been a guest on our podcast, we keep them in the server, so they can just join whenever. This is Thomas. This is my roommate. Thomas, say hi to everybody.
Say hello to the people, Thomas.
Hello, I'm here for therapy.
I am unfortunately not licensed in the state of Florida, so that would be a violation of my ethical and legal obligations.
Wait,
But I can connect you to someone.
So you can't psychoanalyze us?
Not officially, no.
Oh,
that's interesting. Actually, I didn't realize. So so when it comes to therapy, so you have to be licensed in different states. So I guess there's like different rules in different states. How does that? What? How does that even work?
Yeah, so it's actually really interesting. It's something that is starting to, because so many folks, moved online, in 2020 and after, that there is kind of a push to have more like license reciprocity across state lines.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, the way that it works is that I have to be licensed in the state where my clients reside in. I can be anywhere. Like if I wanted to, I could like go to California and see New York-based clients, but I have to be licensed in the state that they are living in for like legal reasons and ethical reasons. And like generally the requirements for licensure are mostly the same in most states. But like in California, I'd have to take extra classes in like family and marriage counseling if I wanted to get licensed out there. And I mean, part of it is a little bit of like protectionism, sort of like protecting like the folks who do live in those states. But it does make it really difficult because it means that if you have like a really good relationship with a client and they move to another state and they were like, hey, I'd love to keep working with you, you're like, I mean, I gotta refer you out to somebody else, So, it would be nice, especially because everyone, there's so much online stuff now to be able to see folks across the country. But yeah, I'm currently limited to New Yorkers only. But again, the nice thing about Zoom is that I can see folks outside of the city. So I work with people who, live upstate, and that's been definitely a huge benefit, is that at least you can see people in your state. You're not just limited to the folks that you can drive to.
So when it comes to becoming a licensed therapist, is it kind of like becoming like the best comparison I have is like becoming an attorney. I work at a law firm, so I know when it comes to attorneys, you go and you get your law degree and then you specialize in whatever field you want to be in. Is that the same with you?
It's a great question. Kind of, yeah. So the way that it usually works, like I'm a social worker. There's different paths, right? So there's mental health counseling, there's psychologists. I went to social work school and got my master's in that 10 years ago. And you have to get your master's degree, and then at least the way it works for social work is you have to take an initial kind of exam. It's a national exam to prove that I have basic competency in social work. And then I have to have a certain number of hours, like clinical hours under supervision. So somebody's basically saying like, oh, we kind of think like you know what you're doing, and we're not just letting you go out there, all on your own, graduated, which I think makes sense, right? Like I did not know anything 10 years ago. And so you have to have some hours. Yes, I definitely, I mean, I more now, I hope. But yes, you have to spend some time getting clinical hours under supervision from a licensed therapist. And then in social work, you have to take another exam once you've done all of that. So I had to get 2,000 hours of client contact, and then I had to take another exam, and now I'm considered a licensed clinical social worker, which means that I can practice on my own. And then a lot of folks do go on to sort of specialize, and they'll get training, and they'll say, I am a licensed, trying to think of like EMDR. I'm a licensed EMDR therapist, if you know anything about EMDR therapy.
What is that?
Is that the light thing?
Yeah, it is. So EMDR stands for eye movement desensitization reprocessing. And so it was originated as like a trauma therapy model. We do use light. We use, you might have seen people with like waving like their finger or a pen or something back and forth, and someone's eyes are tracking the movement. But we do use, kind of like that, exactly. But we also do use, there's light bars, so you can follow a light bar. With virtual therapy, there's like an online, there's a website that I use, and all that goes across the screen that you can follow. And it's basically for folks to kind of help reprocess traumatic memories that are still really impacting them today. But I had to get special training in that, and so I'm licensed. I could get you more training and be, you know, really advertise myself in that way. I do that. But yeah, you can definitely specialize in a lot of things. It you know, takes time and money. But yeah.
How does that stuff work? Do you talk to them and do the things at the same time?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's kind of weird, as people are the researchers are kind of like, we're not entirely sure why it works. We think it has something to do with like they think it's kind of like REM sleep, right? Because the idea is that because it's like your eyes are moving back and forth, so it's something to do, we think, with like connecting the left and right side of your brain, right? Like the more kind of emotional parts of our brain, and then the more kind of like logical, procedural parts of our brain, right? Because a lot of times in trauma, what happens is that, you know, people can't really, they have a hard time remembering exactly what happened, or talking about it, or kind of like putting it in a story, right? Like most of our memories are like a story. This happened, then this happened, then this happened. Trauma tends to get stuck and can really feel like it's still happening today, even though part of you knows that it happened ago, right? And so what we're trying to do is connect those different parts of your brain. And so usually you're not talking to them while they're doing the reprocessing. How I'll set it up is, you know, we'll think of a memory, something that's really troubling for you. You know, how is it impacting you today? And then I just have to follow, whether it's the ball, a finger, a light, with their eyes, and then we'll check in and sort of see like what's going on now. But the idea is also our brains can't hold a memory and follow something at the same time, so it's helping to like desensitize it. It's helping to bring that like emotion down a little bit, right?
Okay.
So it's really therapy foreplay.
Therapy foreplay.
Sure.
So I had a question. Can you hold multiple states license, or you can only be licensed in a single state at the moment?
Great question. You absolutely can hold multiple states licenses. The thing is you have to, I'm pretty sure all states, at least I know New York and most of the states around here, you have to get continuing education like classes. Yep. So in the 3 years, right? My license is good for 3 years. I have to get 36 hours of continuing education. So some places, right, some of those classes, yeah, if I take a class in New York, it's also good for New Jersey, but it's not necessarily good for Wisconsin, right? And so that becomes an issue of how many states are we getting licensed? How much continuing education are we doing? Like, you know, what are we doing it for?
We love a good CEU conference. Make sure you get your sheet on the way out, you know, sign your CEUs.
Absolutely. Yep, I'm a big fan of that. So yeah.
I had another question. So, what do you prefer more, seeing people face to face or over Zoom?
Oh, face to face, 100%. I love seeing people face to face. I'm very fortunate. The practice I work in, we do have an office in the city that I can go to a couple of times a week. And like, listen, like I mentioned, I see some folks who live outside the city, and so I think it's great that Zoom has made therapy more accessible for people, especially folks who might have disabilities, or maybe they have like children at home.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing just because Thomas unblurred his screen and I'm looking at his damn dog.
That is
that
very
dog's going
funny.
to town. That dog is going to town.
Wow.
Thomas, get her to stop, please.
No shame.
Be your true, honest self, Paulita. This is what this show's for.
Wow. Okay.
Thomas, dude, like, why are you looking at me like that for? Anyway,
self-care is important, everyone. Self-care is very important.
True. That I'm a big fan. You know, humans, dogs, we all need some self-care.
Anyway. So, as you were saying, face to face, your practice.
Let's reel it back. Yes, but I think face to face is just so much. I always tell people like we're living our lives in 3D, and I think therapy in 3D is just such a more human and intimate, and just to me feels like a much more immediate kind of experience. It's harder to hide in a way. I think it's you have to be a little bit more vulnerable. You have to be a little bit more open for the therapist too, right? I think for me, I have to be a little bit more present in person, and for the clients. And so that's absolutely, my preference. But of course, it's definitely more convenient to just click on your, turn on your computer. So I get why people like it. But yeah, I always love being in person.
I get what you're saying, because at the law firm that I work at, I'm a case manager at a personal injury law firm, and I'm here in Florida, but all of my clients are in Georgia. So all the time, it's just me talking to them over the phone about what they're going through, how it's affected their lives, how it's changed them. It's like, while I'm having all these conversations, I'll know these people for like a year and a half, not even know what their face looks like.
Wow.
So whenever I do get the lucky chance to where like a client's actually living where I live, and I'm like, oh, come to the office now. I want to meet you. I want to actually see you. Like if you say, okay, this accident has caused you to not walk as well. Okay, walk for me. Let's go. Like all that kind of stuff. It's.
Have you ever built like kind of a relationship with a client and had like an image in your mind of what you think they look like based off their voice, or like how they conduct themselves over email and text and written chat, and then you meet them and it's like polar opposite?
Almost every single time.
Oh wow.
Last client that I met, she actually had that with me, because she met me and she's like, oh, Charles, I expected you to be a real heavy set man. You're real skinny. And I'm like,
you got the heavy set voice.
Yeah.
You're a twink. I don't know what they're talking about.
Wow.
I remember I did an online course in undergrad, and I was talking back and forth with this professor a lot over email, and he was very well spoken. In my mind, I had this professor as like, mid-40s, homeboys wearing a suit, super slim, very well spoken, like very dapper kind of guy.
Did you meet him? He was like what, Cletus from the Sticks?
I met him at Goat Lips. So Goat Lips was this bar where Charles and I went to college, and they literally had goats.
Barbecue.
It was a barbecue bar, and it had goats in the backyard.
Sure.
So I did a field school my junior year, and we did Fridays, which were called Stink and Drink, where we would come right out of field school and go straight to Goat Lips.
Oh,
and
wow.
we would wear like our field school shirt that said like, what we were doing and everything. And I was wearing my shirt, and the professor walks up to me. This dude was like a Vietnam veteran, like big, huge beer gut, long gray beard. He walks up to me and goes,
Santa.
He goes, y'all boys go to the college around here? And we're like, oh, yes, sir. He's like, I teach there. And I was like, no, you don't. But whatever. And he's like, I teach online. And I was like, oh, what do you teach? And he tells me the class he teaches. I'm like, oh, I took that last semester. And he's like, oh, tell me your name, and I guarantee you, I can promise you, I know what you wrote your paper on. And I was like, okay, I'm Joe. And he's like, oh, you did yours on Nantucket whaling. It was one of the best papers I ever read. And I look at him, and I'm like, why'd you give me a B then? And he's like, you don't know how to. He's like, you don't know how to format your sources. I was like, you're right.
Wow.
But dude, he was this super. He was a grizzled veteran, like just the salt of the earth. Like went to Goat Lips every Friday. He was a barfly to the T. He was the coolest guy ever. He did like special forces. He drove like the river boats in Vietnam. Like crazy cool guy. Super cool guy. Loves boating, like very into boat stuff. He did I think his PhD was done on a shipwreck out of Pensacola that I actually got to dive with him, and they were able to pull up newspapers out of this shipwreck because this ship, it was a logging ship, and they had tile that they put down on the ship in between what was the original wooden boards. But it started vibrating, so they ripped the tile out and then put newspaper down to dampen the vibration and then put the tile back on top. They were able to get the newspaper out and date the newspaper and almost physically read the print on the newspaper, because where the ship sunk was basically this Blackwater River where the tannins were so high that it perfectly preserved the shipwreck. It was one of the coolest shipwrecks that we worked on.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
really cool.
But it was so interesting because it could not have been more polar opposite of characters I put in my head versus how he
Mhm.
talked, over email and everything. That's how we communicated. And then I meet him in, real life, and it's just polar opposite, man.
Mhm. Mhm.
I have another quick question. So I don't know if it'll be quick, but for you, Sarah, because I know it happened with me when I first started my job. When it comes to your job, like especially at the beginning, did you ever like get home from work and basically like, I guess in a way, take work home with you? Like a client will tell you something and you're like, fuck, how do I process this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I started working after I graduated, I worked at a domestic violence agency for a long time.
Oh.
And yeah, I mean, it was I used to have nightmares. I started getting nightmares, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta figure something out here. I can't be taking this stuff home. And so I think, really trying to prioritize, like, number one, of course, like taking care of myself. And really it's like an intentional practice. You have to be able to be like, okay, that's it. It's done. That's not mine. I don't need to hold on to that. I think I've gotten a lot better over time and with experience and with supervision of like really locking in with someone when we're working. Sometimes I still might feel a little like unsettled, upset afterwards. Give myself that moment, those 5 minutes to feel, sad or cry or do what I got to do. And then to let that go and, be like, yeah, that's really tough. And it's not mine. I don't have to hold on to it. But it takes a lot of practice because sometimes you hear some like really, really tough stuff, and you're like, ugh, that's awful. So it can definitely be a lot.
Yeah, with mine, because like since I work with a lot of like auto accidents and stuff, I do hear and see like from like videos and everything like some bad stuff, and it's
of course.
I don't know. There's sometimes I'll get home from work and I'm like, I just want to go to bed.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this. But the fact that you've been doing this though, like that you're working towards that, like to kind of better yourself, and like you said, this is not mine, and you're still doing this for the past 10 years. I feel like that just makes a good therapist.
Thank you. I try. It's hard, and there's definitely times that I do need, like, kind of at the end of the day, like half an hour, like not talk to anyone, not interact. But I really try to like take care of myself, and when it's over, it's over, because you can't let that shit linger, because
absolutely.
It's not serving me, it's not serving them to carry it with me,
Yeah, life is still moving forward, so why hold
exactly.
on to it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, my parents are very like don't love to talk about like mental health stuff. They're very of that generation of like, you can just suck it up.
Right.
I remember my dad,
I work on a farm.
Literally, I remember my dad like opened up to me. He's like, he did law enforcement for like 25 years, and he's like, yeah, sometimes I just can't sleep because of like what I see when I close my eyes. And I'm like, okay, we need to talk about that. Yeah.
Wow.
And his stuff was like the domestic violence stuff he would get called out on.
Yeah.
And like you're going to the house, you never know what you're gonna see, you never know what. And the biggest thing he always had an issue with was, they would get called and be like, hey, my spouse is abusing me. I need law enforcement to intervene. They come in and, obvious signs of abuse going on. And they would go to arrest who was abusing the person that called in. And then the person who called it in, when they saw that their, spouse was getting arrested, they would start to fight law enforcement. And then, they would end up getting arrested. And then he's like, oh man, I feel like the bad guy. I arrested 2 people and I stepped into a situation that really isn't my situation to intervene in.
Because the person that's fighting fighting for the abuser, like, no, wait, don't arrest him. It's like, no, that's just a symptom of abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And what I would often encounter, because when I work with folks, is they just wanted it to stop. They didn't necessarily want this person to get like arrested or, for a couple reasons, right? One is, sometimes they really felt like they loved this person. Two, sometimes they knew that like if they were arrested, like sometimes it would make the situation worse because then they get, the abuser would be mad at them. But also there was a sense of, I just want things to change. I want things to be better, because they know that like, the legal system is not always great. It can be really challenging to be involved with as a survivor. It's not really about what the person wants either. Like once that person's arrested and gets into the system, like it's kind of out of your hands, like the system is just going on its path. And so whether you want to have some kind of like reconciliation or you're like, oh, this person needs substance abuse counseling or whatever, that's not necessarily what's going to happen. And so I think, unfortunately, we don't really have like any kind of, like middle strategy to kind of, between nothing or full on kind of criminal justice.
It's kind of just
it was very like
in a cell and wait.
Yeah. It was really eye-opening to see my dad, who like grew up in the same town that he lived in for most of his life until he eventually also moved down to Florida, to like also like, oh, like the system isn't that good. Like like it was weird to see him like retrospectively understand like, oh, there are flaws with the system I worked for, and like
it's
it was really interesting. I mean, Charles has met my father. He's an interesting character to say the least.
Yeah, you're chief of a father.
He's definitely calmed down in retirement, but yeah, it's been interesting to see like, and also like I'm sure he had to have that shield up for most of his career. So like seeing him come out of come from retirement and being like a normal person, and like it's been very interesting.
I can imagine, yeah.
Oh man, right. Are we at time? Question mark.
I think we are.
Oh,
I don't know. You're the timekeeper.
I am the timekeeper. Let me see where we started.
10:03.
Yeah, we're at time. I mean, the can tells no lies. I'm finishing number 3.
The can tells no lies.
It cannot.
All right. Well, I have. Yeah, exactly. I have finished my 3. I have enjoyed my 3 very, very, very much. I think that the drink is great. It does taste like watermelon. It doesn't taste like any type of like artificial watermelon. It's just good. It's pleasant. I want to bring this on a picnic. I am going to go down from 87 to 82 just because I feel like I really need to brush my teeth after drinking this.
I don't have that plaque feeling.
You never do.
I never do. What do I think? I'm definitely looking in the 80s. This watermelon experience.
It's a good drink.
It's a great drink. I think it's the best of the pack. I'm gonna give it a 92.
92. Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah. So out of 100. So this has been our review of the pack. What is this? Variety pack 2 of White Claws. We started the pack out with Peach, where Charles gave it an 85. I gave it an 87. We then went on to Passion Fruit. Charles gave it a 63. I gave it a 66. Execute Order 66. I think I gave it a 66 because I just watched episode 3 of Star Wars after. Then we went to Lemon. Charles gave it a 68. I gave it an 18. I think that drink is the biggest gap in ranking we've ever had.
You give the lemon. Yeah. That's right. You called it like lemon pledge.
It tastes like Fabuloso. It's horrible. And then we just did what you just listened to. Watermelon. Charles gave it an 82. I gave it a 92. Charles, it's our special end of the pack episode. What do you give the pack as a whole?
The pack as a whole, I'm going to give it a solid 85.
85?
I think pretty much everything in here is pretty solid. And if let's just say if I went to a party and if I saw they just had only White Claw Variety Pack 2, I'd be like, all right, bet we're about to have a good time. So I'm very happy with this. I would buy it again. Obviously I did, only because of my fucking roommate. Yeah, Thomas, no, not Thomas. So
A different guy.
fucking Eddie, he was knocking on death's door right now. So for context, the house that I live in, it's me, Thomas. Which say hi, Thomas.
Hello.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's not what I told you to say. But and this guy named Eddie, who for the past 3 years has told me he's 70 years old.
Okay. Just stayed 70.
Yeah, he came up to me yesterday while holding another one of my drinks because he's constantly stealing my drinks. He's like, "Hey, I hope you don't mind if I had a couple of your drinks." I'm like, "Oh, do you have any of the White Claw watermelons that were in there?" No, not at all. Never. There's one missing. Oh no! I'm like, all right, brother.
Wow.
So I had to go and buy a whole nother pack of the White Claw watermelons, which is why for this AA additional alcohol, I'm bringing another White Claw watermelon.
All right, listen here, partner. I didn't give my number of the pack. I give it a 62.
I didn't ask.
Yeah. So
No.
that has been a review of. Let me get some. Try and have some structure in this show. That has been a review of the White Claw Variety Pack 2, Charles. Now we're getting into everyone's favorite part of the show, additional alcohol. Oh my god. Additional alcohol where we talk about what we're watching, what we're playing, and what we're listening to. Charles.
All
what did you
right.
bring
So
today?
well, I already told you, yeah, White Claw watermelon. What did you bring? I already know the answer.
I never
It's
finished.
No.
No.
Oh, you never finished that peach?
No.
Brother, that was 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I took like 2 sips of it because I knew we were about to do this show.
Type shit.
All right. What have you been watching recently?
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first because this relates with therapy.
Sure.
I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender all way through for the first time in my life. I don't know if anyone's ever watched it. It is one of the best well-written shows to be a children's show. Watching the arc of specifically like Zuko, who is like the main protagonist for the majority of the show, watch him, go on his redemption arc and then fall again through his redemption arc and then watch him come out of the ashes again for a second time was very satisfying, very relatable, I think. Uncle Iroh might be the GOAT of all characters.
He is the GOAT. He had an insane glow up.
I have been drinking oh my god. Uncle Iroh got so ripped in jail. For anyone who's never watched Avatar, this is so confusing. I drink a lot of tea now because of Uncle Iroh. Yeah.
He's good.
Go watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's a wonderful comfort show, just kind of a nice like gang of friends, bettering themselves. And then I love the story writing device of having Zuko constantly following the group and like progressing the plot forward with that writing device. And then him becoming like an ally eventually is just the part of Zuko just
he's an ally?
He's an ally. Everyone should be an ally. Having Zuko look basically at camera and be like, "Hey, Zuko here. I want to be your friend." Felt like early 2000s like YouTube. It was so hilarious. It was one of my Zuko's just so interesting because he's just that angsty teen that's got a lot of anxiety. He's got those issues, of just growing up and your dad doesn't like you, the expectations of the culture around where you grew up in, versus what you actually should do. It was a great show. The fucking sister arc was also amazing. Like watching her just be unhinged. Like that final fight was so well done. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of Avatar.
You gotta watch Legend of Korra.
I'm like 5 episodes in.
It's good. It's good shit.
They just won the championship of the little Avatar Sports Ball League.
Nice. It only gets better.
It feels more anime-esque with a lot of the tropes, and I'm not a huge anime person. I'm not obsessed with like the more romance. I get that they're older. I'm not obsessed with like the romance stuff. I hope it gets dropped.
It does.
Okay. I'm going to continue to watch it. I like the art style somewhat, but Avatar just I think it's no matter what you do, when you capture like lightning in a bottle that first time around, whatever comes after is always going to feel worse. It's just like the
Yeah.
Disney sequels that go straight to DVD.
Mhm.
That's what I've been watching.
I have been watching my hopes and dreams completely crumble. And when I say hopes and dreams, I mean my Hard Rock Bets dreams completely crumble because of the goddamn Tampa Bay Rays.
Charles, I want to tell you right now, the Tampa Bay Rays were on a winning streak before you came back from the Bahamas, so I blame you.
Okay,
Wow.
well, they won 2 games after I came back, though.
Okay, but we were on like an 8-game win streak while you were gone.
Okay, well, I guess I should go back. All right, well, bye. I'm going
Go back.
to
To the Bahamas. Go to the Bahamas. Go to the Bahamas. Okay, he even has like a little palm tree chair.
I
Like,
see
he's
that.
He's so festive. It's wonderful. Has
Wow.
anyone else been watching anything interesting recently?
Well, I've been watching the Knicks playoff.
Knicks.
So that's the
Shout out
Knicks. So
Knicks.
that's been exciting. Very nerve-wracking, but exciting. But also I just finished The Last of Us season 2. I'm not really a gamer, so I'd never played the games. But I feel like saying I enjoy The Last of Us feels a little inaccurate because it's very, very dark and intense, but I appreciate what it's doing. I think it's really interesting, kind of telling some really interesting stories about, people and community and sort of like the conflict between us versus them and how we navigate when we feel like we've been hurt and violated, and do we respond with like compassion and understanding and forgiveness, or do we respond with vengeance and retribution, and which unfortunately is what many folks choose, right? So yeah,
I
so
didn't
that's
hear
what
what you
I've
said
been
at
watching.
first, but are you talking about The Last of Us?
Wow,
I was talking about
that's
Last of Us.
impressive.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
I feel like
Yes.
that's what really got me into like The Walking Dead at the beginning. Was that like initial survivor mentality of seeing like how people react to like a total world-ending event. I still say to this day, if you take the 3 first episodes of The Walking Dead and turn that just that hour and a half of if that is just a movie, might be one of the best movies ever made. I think it is so well written. That first just quick arc of storytelling that's done is so well done. I loved The Last of Us, probably the first 2 to 3 seasons. Then it loses the plot.
2
It
to
gets
3
too
seasons
wild.
of Last of Us?
Of Walking Dead, sorry. I apologize. Also, weird movie. Sorry, I haven't finished the movie yet, but I've been watching in chunks because I'm old and fall asleep at like 8:30 every day. Mickey 17. If you have not seen that movie, Mickey 17 is one of the best sci-fi movies I've seen in probably 15 years.
What's it about?
Mark Boone Hook.
Mickey
Park
17.
June Hook.
What?
That's a director or something.
Yeah,
Park
wonderful
Hook.
director. It perfectly encapsulates like what sci-fi felt like in the 80s and 90s, where it was doing was just adaptating books. It has that book feel. You have the main protagonist, doing the narration through most of the storytelling. It has Robert Pattinson. You see his butt. He's got a great butt. This is the second time I've seen his butt in a movie. He's
There's
got a great
17 of
butt.
them?
Hey Siri!
Did you see 17 of his
I
butts?
wish. We're not that lucky. Look up Robert Patterson's butt. You see it in Lighthouse and Mickey 17. He's got a great butt.
Oh yeah, I remember the Lighthouse. That
I
was a
love
good one.
Lighthouse.
You're
Wonderful.
telling me Batman's got a good butt?
I mean,
It's
yeah,
important. It's important.
it's
It's
a big
Gotta
muscle
look good in
group.
that costume, yeah. Even
Big
in the
muscle
old
group.
ones, they do close-up shots of his butt.
Yeah, no, they do.
Why
Yeah,
did I look up Robert
And the nipples.
Pattinson butt and it auto-corrected to Robert Pattinson bum?
boom, because he's British.
That's right. That's right. Wow. A lot of British people are looking that up, I guess.
British Tumblr's going wild for him.
I
Yeah.
got save search off too. Why is there no butt?
Yeah, Mickey 17. I've only gotten halfway through. Mickey 17 is beautiful, and
wanted to
the
see
reason
that.
I bring it up is because we were talking about Walking Dead. Stephen Yeun, who plays Glenn in Walking Dead, also plays in Mickey 17.
That's right. Yeah. No,
Great
I
actor.
I saw Mickey 17. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was, kind of that like fun, weird sci-fi. And like honestly, Robert Pattinson, I really appreciate as an actor because like he's totally bonkers. Like he's so weird and so intense in everything he does.
Yeah.
I think he's
I like
good.
really
Perfect level of
I
like
really
he just
appreciate it.
doesn't care. He just goes
right.
he doesn't like have like he doesn't care what the role is gonna make him look like. He just does
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I thought he made a very good Batman.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that too. Yeah.
I love when he was just messing with people and like, oh, what's your workout routine been for Batman? He's like, I eat 17 plates of spaghetti every single day. That is all I do.
Yeah, I know,
On the
right?
card.
Like, yeah.
Thomas, what have you been watching? That's great. What has everyone been playing today? Anyway, Thomas, no. Besides my cats, what have you been watching?
Watch the new season of Black Mirror. Have y'all heard of that show?
I have heard of it. I haven't watched
Joe
it.
and I watched it a couple of times when we lived together.
It's just Twilight Zone for Gen Z, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's basically Twilight Zone type stuff.
I
It's pretty.
love Twilight Zone.
Yeah, me too. I want to watch both of those things: the new Last of Us and Mickey 17 too.
Yeah, I recommend Mickey 17.
I have also, I didn't get to finish what I watched, but I've also been
sorry.
watching video essays of Wolfenstein.
The video game.
Yeah.
Okay, get into
Cool.
Wolfenstein.
Is there a lot of-
I'm thinking about replaying the games.
You
Is
try
there a
and
lot of-
train how to fight Nazis.
Is there a lot
Yeah,
of thematic
exactly.
material in that?
Yeah.
Thematic material?
Yeah, like
Like, what do you mean?
intellectual.
Yeah,
I don't know. What are they? What's in the essay? What are they talking about?
You know, what's arc 1, 2,
Oh!
and 3? You know, what's your rising action versus your continuing resolution of action?
All right, so the rising action, honestly, everything should have stopped at Wolfenstein New Order, but New Colossus, the second one, it was also pretty good, but it really dropped off on the storytelling and like actually making the characters feel like characters.
Well, you didn't like the part where they cut off his head and then they put it back on.
Bro, that shit was fucking stupid. So,
As
Sarah,
someone who's never played these games, I'm completely lost.
so for Wolfenstein: The New Colossus, the character that you play as, the setting of this is the Nazis won World War II and they took over the entire fucking world, and you get captured in the second game of the reboot, The New Colossus, and they cut off your head. They literally cut off your character's head, falls to the ground, and then one of your friends captures your head, puts like one little ice pick inside of there. It's like, yeah, we're giving this thing oxygen, even though it's losing like a shit ton of blood at once. And then they just sewn the head onto a different body and he's fine and good to go. I'm like, okay.
Sure.
Sure,
Yeah.
You don't see that in The Last of Us.
Maybe
Oh, man, I wish. I wish.
Oh no.
So Pedro Pascal is the hottest man alive, right?
Yes.
I love Pedro Pascal more than anything.
He's
in life.
great.
Dude, I was introduced to him in Game of Thrones, and talk about a fucking god.
Yeah.
That Game of Thrones.
Salivating over there. Need me to go back into that room and help you out? Or...
Pull up Mandalorian right now. We're watching Mandalorian all day,
I'm gonna pull out something, all right.
sir. Not in front of the odds of the Lord.
God is dead.
Pedro is our new god.
Fair.
Now with Trump in office.
You know, I would love to see a
Yeah.
protect Pedro. I would love to see a collab between Pedro Pascal and Baby No Money.
Baby,
Oh, that'd be cool.
Dude, have you watched Baby No Money is a hip hop rap artist. Has anyone is familiarized with him? Great guy. He's from Canada. Right now he's going on just, I wouldn't say a tirade, but he's very pro LGBT, you know, trans rights, and he got a huge award he's Canadian. He got a big award at like the Canadian Music Festival. And had like 15 drag queens come out and like perform all these songs with him. It was a great show.
Very cool.
Fun. Very fun. So I think I would like to see Pedro Pascal and Baby No Money do a little collab.
I would love to see Pedro and drag.
Yeah,
I would love
absolutely.
to see Pedro and drag. That would actually Pedro and Hairspray would go hard.
Oh, wow.
All right,
Charles.
What?
What are you doing next weekend?
What am I doing next weekend? I don't know.
I know. I'll talk to you later after this, but
Oh boy.
we'll see. Uh-oh.
Well, Thomas, we're gonna have to miss band again next weekend.
No. All right. Uh-oh. Band needs to practice.
Yeah, Thomas, did you say what you were watching?
I just said Black Mirror.
That's right.
Mhm.
All right. What have we
Video
been playing?
game time.
I have played almost nothing. I played, I think, an hour of Doom: The Dark Ages, and then I played 5 songs on Fortnite Festival. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I don't think I have it anymore. Somewhere I probably used to have. I had Beatles Rock Band.
Oh, wow.
I had the Paul McCartney bass that looked like the violin.
Mm.
Looks like the violin. You mean the stand-up bass?
No. He had a specially made one that it had the body shape of a violin.
But it's just a bass guitar.
Yeah. Don't you talk my Beatles shit. I saw Paul McCartney live one time. I thought he was gonna have a heart attack when he did Live or Let Die.
Really?
He had these pyrotechnics that go off of just fire. He's on the piano just going at it, and these pyrotechnics go off, and I'm like, Paul, I'm feeling hot over in the nosebleeds over here. Please don't die. Me and my friend, we would literally have a text update like every Sunday at noon. And be like, okay, Paul is still alive. We will be going to the concert. We were stressing. But yeah, Paul McCartney live was amazing.
Yeah, I saw him here in New York a couple of years ago. This man is like what? He was like 80 years old. He's playing like 2-3 hour long concerts. Like what? I don't have that stamina.
Amazing. My favorite part too was he's like, so everyone puts their phones away when I do an original song, so I'm just gonna keep doing Beatles songs. Yes, Paul, that's why we're here.
Right.
I saw Willie Nelson recently, and he's like 90 something, and he played those songs perfectly.
Amazing.
Willie Nelson just did a couple songs with Orville Peck, right? Was that Willie Nelson?
He did that gay song or whatever.
Yeah, that was a good song.
Yeah, cowboys are secretly fond of each other.
Yeah.
Frequently, secretly fond of it. That was a good song too.
That's on replay.
It's a good one. Thomas, what have you been playing?
Just Doom. Dooming.
And Sarah, do you play any games?
I don't really play video games. I'm a huge nerd, so I do the New York Times crossword puzzle almost every day. So that's
a game.
We got to get producer Jamie on here.
You got your Wordle going on?
I do the Wordle. I do the Sudoku. It's my whole thing.
That's the last thing me and my girlfriend do right before bed. Is the I only like the categories one.
Oh, I do like categories. Although there are times that I'm like, I don't like this person.
They piss me off. They piss me off so bad. That's what I like about them.
Right. I got you.
Yeah. I've been playing Division 2. It's a fun game. I enjoy the game. It's a Tom Clancy game. I'm usually not a big Tom Clancy guy. But it's fun. It's based on like average people are these like sleeper agents that are then called into action during like a doomsday event. So you have like paramedics, EMTs.
It's set in New York.
There's one set in New York. The second one's set in DC. It's based like about like setting up the government again, but there's like just normal people, but they've been like secretly training to be these like Navy SEAL-esque, people in the shadows, ready for like when something goes on. And like the virus was spread through money, so the people like put this virus on a money, and that's how it spread. And they kicked it off during like Black Friday.
Oh wow!
So, yeah, it's a cool concept. It's Tom Clancy, so it's kind of book-esque, pretty story heavy, but it's a looter shooter, so it's all about like what loot you get off of people. It's fun.
Cool.
I think that's been an episode.
Well, no, it's not, because we've got our favorite part.
I
What have we been listening to?
actually
with
have
this part,
picked songs for this.
oh, thank God. So with this part, we have a specific playlist on Spotify to where every single week we each give 3 songs that we've been listening to over the week, and we add it to the playlist. And my favorite part is when we have guests, and guests can add stuff to the playlist. So,
Oh, cool.
I will start with you, Sarah. Your 3 songs that you would love to add to this playlist.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of pressure. Okay, so I have to out myself as a big musical theater fan.
Okay.
We have to get producer Jamie on an episode with you.
So there's this.
It's just gonna be you and my girlfriend talking for 2 hours.
That would be great. I'd love it. Let's talk about musical theater and the New York Times. So anyway, so there's this new show on Broadway called Dead Outlaw. It's really great. It's based on this true story of this outlaw who was like killed in a shootout back in the turn of the century, and his corpse was basically, you know, preserved and became like a traveling attraction and wound up in a lot of different places. It's really interesting. I think it's very cool.
That's
dope.
It's
like wild and creepy. Anyway, so they released like the first, I don't know, half of the cast recording. I don't know why they did it that way. But there's this song called Dead that it's great. I think it's really fun. And it's, you know, basically a reminder that, you know, of our own mortality. So I appreciated that. All right, what else am I listening to? I'm a fan of The Head and the Heart. I've been a fan for a long time, and I really like their single Arrow off their latest album, Aperture. And then I don't know if folks have seen Sinners, which was a great Michael B. Jordan movie set in the South. And so what from that one am I gonna choose? There's some really great songs.
Real quick, for The Head and the Heart, what was the song that you recommended?
Oh, it's Arrow.
Arrow.
Yeah.
From which album?
It's from Aperture.
Aperture. Oh, I know this band. I've listened to their self-titled.
Yeah. They're fun. I think I've seen them live a bunch, and they're a really great live band. Like they're so fun. I really enjoy them. And then I'll pick something from Sinners. So if you're a fan of horror and you're a fan of like old school, you know, school kind of 20s music, I really recommend it. So I'm gonna recommend I Lied to You from the Sinners soundtrack
with Miles Caton.
Yeah, it's really good.
Shout out Sinners.
Shout out Sinners. All right, who wants to go next?
I can go next.
All right.
I'm gonna start. So these are gonna be 3 mental health related.
Great! Yeah, I did nothing of that, so please go ahead.
You're good. This first one is "I'm Confident That I'm Insecure" by Lawrence. Just I would say indie trash. That's kind of my catch-all for my music taste.
Why does it have to be trash?
Because I'm self-deprecating.
So it's not Confident by Demi Lovato?
No. Shout out Demi Lovato, but no.
What's wrong with being confident?
Oh God, I hear that every day at work.
No. You know what? You're about to hear it on the playlist.
Over.
Now for mine.
Hell yeah. Ready for number 2?
Yep.
My Darling Dopamine by Days and Days. I am a big fan of Days and Days. They're folky punk rock. I enjoy Days and Days.
All right, give me 1 second. Yep, there it is, Days and Days.
Charles will then be pissed off by the next song I recommend.
Yeah, what $ songs do you have?
Listen here. Can you look one up real quick to make sure I haven't added it yet?
Sure.
It's called, I'm gonna go with High Anxiety. It's HI comma anxiety.
Oh, HI, comma anxiety.
Yeah, not like high.
No, you're Gucci.
Okay, so high anxiety is basically if a panic attack became a song. And it's actually the song I showed my parents to help them understand what a panic attack feels like.
Aw.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah. Shout out Dollar Signs, my favorite band of all time. I love Dollar Signs so much. I can't wait to see them in October for the last time ever, and I'm gonna cry my eyes out.
As you should. All right. Well, what I will recommend is, since I'm already adding it to the motherfucker, accidentally added the wrong song.
This guy, this fucking guy.
Fuck. All right. Well, guess we're doing this. Well, first song that I will recommend was "Slow Sour Bleed" by Era.
Okay.
The next one was going to be Eldion by Era, but accidentally added Electric Twilight instead. Still a good song, but
Shout out.
yeah, shout out. And that third song, it was Confident by Demi Lovato.
Perfect.
Why?
Perfect.
Shout out,
Because
Demi.
I saw it and I just added it. It's a good song.
Okay.
She puts out some
Yeah,
good
I
music.
didn't know you listened to that. I didn't.
We do love Demi.
She puts out some good music. Rest in,
I
Rest
love
in
some
peace,
white
but-
girl music.
Did you die? What do you mean?
It
rest in
goes hard.
peace?
she's about to.
No, don't wish that on someone.
Is she
I'm
sick?
not wishing that. She's
She's on her own mental health journey.
yes. All right,
Did
Tim
like
Tom.
a ghost hunting show.
Tim Tom? Me?
Yep.
That's you.
I was gonna add. There's this instrumental kind of funky jazz band that I've been listening to
Mhm.
called Surprise Chef, and there's this one cool song called Blythe Street Nocturne, BLYTH.
I will be checking that out. I got really into jazz music last summer.
Yeah.
I would be driving like my airboat around for work, and like having background jazz music while driving like an airboat in the swamp was a vibe.
Well,
Wow.
you should check out this band. They're pretty.
I will be checking them out.
pretty sick.
Surprise Chef. All right. Bliss Street
it.
Nocturne. Next.
And I'm gonna choose the song "Space Song" by Beach House.
Space Song by Beach House. Yep, there it is with the red album art.
Yeah.
Reddit album art.
You'd probably like that band too, Joe, if you don't know them.
I every time you recommend something, I immediately check it out.
Yeah, Thomas, all of your recommendations have always been hitting well with everyone that's listened to them.
Yeah. If you
Well-
just want to come on for the last 30 minutes just to recommend music, that's fine.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah. If you'd like to talk to us more,
Just music corner with Thomas.
Oh, that'd be a fun segment.
Yeah.
that would be a fun segment. Everybody, welcome. I got my landlord on the podcast to give us his music recommendations.
Landlord's Music Corner.
Calling him a landlord is actually wild.
And I'm gonna pick a song by this one band that everybody hates. It Won't Be Long by the Beatles.
We love the Beatles.
Don't say we.
I'm a big Yellow Submarine man myself.
It Won't Be Long by the Beatles.
Have you ever heard the original recording of Helter Skelter where they did a very slow recording?
No.
I've not.
Does it sound like super stoner metal? Or
It's
what?
very stoner. It's very stoner metal. There's literally parts. It's an original recording, so there's parts where you hear George Harrison just like taking a rip off of a cigarette or something else. Probably
Wow.
something else, if I would have to guess.
Yeah.
He's probably just taking a fat rip off a joint in the middle of just like singing Helter Skelter. It's sexy.
Wow. I gotta check
Nice.
that out.
All right.
All right, well,
I think that's been an
an episode. Well, everybody, thank you very much for joining us. Sarah, I don't know if you have anything to plug or...
Sure. I mean, I'm going to plug mental health in general. Make sure that you are getting whatever help and support and resources you need. But also, if you want to know any more about me, you can find me online, Sara Eldridge, lcsw.com. The practice I work for is called liberation-based therapy. So if you are based in New York and you are looking for a therapist, you can check us out. So that's it.
Hell yeah. I'll be sure to put the links in the description.
All right, guys and gals, the most important thing, if you've listened this far into the episode, please seek therapy help. No sane human should listen this far into an episode of Low Seltz-Esteem. If you have listened this far, please seek therapy help. And we have someone there for it, so shout out.
That's right. That's right.
For all of our New York listeners. All right.
Shout out Mets.
Well,
go Mets. We love the Mets.
Let's go the Mets.
Go Mets. Go Knicks.
All right. Well, my computer is frozen. All right. Well, AI song, play us out.
It's time for the AI song, the song of AI.
Yeah. Crack the can. Therapist looking concerned. Fizz pop louder than the lessons I've learned. White claws in my claw sessions adjourn. Soul on the couch, but my liver's getting burned. Dr. Phil vibes, but I'm spilling these vibes. She asking about my trauma, I'm just sipping these highs. Bird mid question, I'm dodging the wise. Hydrated on pain, carbonation my disguise. Heart cells, search of therapy, cracking cans clarity. Session in a frenzy, I'm drinking sincerity. Fizz pop, that's my mental remedy. White boy lost, but I'm slaying the parody. Pineapple dreams in a bubble of lime. Chasing inner peace, but I'm racing the time. Cans in the tower, call it art so sublime. Therapist blinking like I'm out of my mind. I said trauma tastes better with the mango twist. She said, sir, you can't fix what don't exist. Tried to explain, but I fizzed and I missed. Carbonated chaos, my emotional abyss. Pour it all out, aluminum prayers. Crisp confessions, bubbles and layers. She said you drowning, I said not in despair. But in citrus concoctions, I'm floating on air. Hard self-search of therapy, cracking cans clarity. Session in a frenzy, I'm drinking sincerity. Fizz pop, that's my mental remedy. White boy lost, but I'm slaying the parody. Pineapple dreams in a bubble of lime. Chasing inner peace, but I'm racing the time. Cans in the tower, call it art so sublime. Therapist blinking like I'm out of my mind. I said trauma tastes better with the mango twist. She said, sir, you can't fix what don't exist. Tried to explain, but I fizzed and I missed. Carbonated chaos, my emotional abyss. Pour it all out, aluminum prayers. Crisp confessions, bubbles and layers. She said you drowning, I said not in despair. But in citrus concoctions, I'm floating